Oh my gosh, are you ready for a fun show? Do you got your seatbelts on? Because it's Republicans, Democrats, Independents, and I believe a Trump worshiper coming on the show today. Stay tuned.
Now shut up, the show's starting.
Yes, I brought in the patriotic music this morning. I sure as hell did. Because today, how can I say this? We're going to find out how many years it's been, 10, 12 years, since I talked to this incredible man. His name is Marty Rollins. We call him Meroll. But back in the days of Now Live, he and I used to go at it. He and his brother and I, we would go at it. We would just have a blast, and people would just go crazy. And the other day, I was doing the show on Sunday, as you all know, and then all of a sudden, I look in there. Did I see Meroll? Marty Rollins? What the hell? And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh my God, it is him. And I said, Marty, you've got to come on the show. And he said, I will. And I'm like going, so are you still, do you still like Trump? And he goes, yeah, I do. And I'm like, oh no, shit, you need to come on the show. So, something that no one would ever expect on my show today. Put your hands together and welcome the one and only, an old friend of mine who's also a Trump supporter. I know, oy vey. Put your hands together and welcome the man himself, Mr. Marty Rollins. I'm just doing this on purpose because he wants to start yakking at me. But here he is. There you go, Marty.
Oh man, it is so good to be back on camera with your lovely puss.
Marty is so good. Now, one of the things you notice as people are coming in, we have to say hi to everybody when they pop in. Did you send this out to any of your friends?
I sent it out to all three of them.
Okay, good. Hey, Chuck. Hey, Angela. Hey, Karen. And Karen says, hi, Marty.
Hi, Karen.
Looking gorgeous today. Oh, thank you, Angela. So, oh yeah, they're racking in already. So
they must be drunk. They must be drunk. I heard somebody say, hey, gorgeous to you. They're drinking already. It's 2:00 in the afternoon there, and they're already snooking.
Okay. So, let's just get this out of the way immediately. You are a Trump supporter.
I am a Trump supporter.
Okay.
Not a Trump worshiper. But a supporter. You're darn tootin'.
Okay. All right. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to hold it against you. Now, now, you and I have known each other for how long has it been? 10 years?
Let's see. I believe 2008 was the last time we saw each other.
Right.
In person. And I think it was 2012 was the last time we actually got to speak. So,
my gosh.
It's been about 10 years. A decade.
It's been a decade since we've actually spoken because I guess you went all Trump on me and I said, I can't deal with it.
How you've grown.
But I mean, hey, Facebook user, I love this. This person is Facebook user. He comes on all the time. I think he's in London. I'm not sure, but we get people from all over. So, a lot of people are probably wondering, how I ended up deciding to let somebody come on and voice their opinions. But I figured, you know what? I'm the show that cares.
Absolutely.
I'm like, because I have questions, because I've tried to have intellectual questions to Trump supporters, and I can never get real answers. Do you know what I mean? I can never get real answers from them. It's always, there's so much hate,
on both sides of the aisle, I might add.
Right, but mainly on your side, and it's true. So explain to me, okay. Here, let me tell you one thing. Everybody knows I'm Esther. Everybody knows I'm Michael. Everybody knows I'm Paul Lind. They just get in on the story and we talk about everything. Everybody knows that I am part of the LGBTQ community. I'm an openly gay man who has this crazy, crazy, crazy persona. And it's Smoking Sharon Sparks. Hey, Sharon. So I guess the hardest part that I have as a gay person is understanding how you can support somebody like Trump and the Republican Party that wants to take away my rights.
Okay, I actually can answer that. Someone like me or somebody that actually supports President Trump or enjoyed his time in office,
there you
we're
are.
not necessarily Republicans.
What do you mean?
Well,
you're not a Republican?
Not even close. No. I don't even think I'm good enough to be an independent. I vote for the person, whoever it may be. My ballot is 9 times out of 10. It is a very mixed ballot.
Right.
I do my own research on each person before I even consider voting for them.
You do watch 3 seasons of The Apprentice and said, this asshole's going to be president.
Heck no, man. I got hooked on phonics back in 2012, so I could learn how to read them big words.
So go ahead. So I'm just trying to understand this.
All right. There is this huge misconception that Donald Trump is anti-gay in any way or anti-LGBTQ. Not in any way at all. As a matter of fact, while he was in office, he didn't really do anything either for or against the LGBTQ community. He just didn't.
He didn't come in and support us.
No, and he didn't really. He didn't really need to.
Yeah, he did.
Of course not. No, absolutely not. He had way more pressing things that he had to deal with, other than not shining a bright light on the LGBTQ community. I mean, everybody knows you're there. Nobody's trying to take it. He certainly didn't try to get any legislation passed to keep, gay marriage out. As a matter of fact, he's in support of gay marriage. He's said it multiple times. He could care less what's done in your bedrooms.
How many times has he said something this way and then turns around and says something else another way? By putting in Barrett, Kavanaugh, and Gorsuch. All 3 of them are against gay marriage.
All he did, one, was nominate them based upon their particular interpretation of the Constitution, period. That was all that. He didn't put him in there. He wasn't sitting at his desk going, I wonder who I can nominate that's against gay marriage. It wasn't even a thought. He's not that deep.
It was the people around him. Thank you, Nikki, the holy trinity of rapists. I mean,
speaking of hate, oh my God.
They're going to come at you in here. Now, tell me about, okay, go ahead.
I also, part of my support for Donald Trump comes directly from the hatred of the left. Look, a lot of you liberals, and I use that term loosely because there's nothing very liberal about the left anymore. I am more liberal than you.
How can you say that?
I mean, you're there in California, and what have you forgotten about? Like Berkeley's #1 thing, was free speech. Remember that? Remember how the left used to actually march for free speech? You don't have to like what somebody says, but you'll fight to the death to defend it, that sort of thing. That's a liberal. That's me. That's not the left right now.
Hey, thank you, Angela. You're a sweetheart.
I mean, that's why I'm not a Republican. I think a shitty Republican. I think weed ought to be legal statewide. I think gay people should be able to get married. Hell, if the goat don't mind, it ain't none of my business.
Somebody said, Marty, how can you be more liberal than Esther?
Oh, man. It's really easy because I'm willing to accept Republicans, and listen to what they have to say.
But the man is crazy.
Well,
Trump is crazy.
He's crazy. We've got a guy here that can't even fucking talk.
Who?
Joe Biden.
Joe
He
Biden.
can't even remember where he's at. He
Oh,
pooped
please.
his pants for the Pope. Okay.
No. Where'd you hear that in one of those conspiracy things or an ad for KO Pectate? Come on.
USA Today.
Oh, okay. You see, there's things. No. I'm not. I'm going back to Biden sits in front of the press a couple of weeks ago. He did almost 2 hours nonstop. Did he screw up a word? Did something verbally happen that he couldn't pronounce things? No.
My mother had Alzheimer's for 10 years, and every once in a while she could tell, who she was. I mean, damn, anybody have a good day.
You got to look at Joe Biden hasn't publicly groped his daughter like Trump does Ivanka.
No, he's publicly groped about 50 other people's daughters. Have you not seen the pictures? For Pete's sake, over there grabbing nipples and everything.
Oh, Biden was not grabbing nipples.
Talking about his damn hairy legs to a bunch of kids. That's come on now. Y'all do better than that.
Marty, hold on. Here's where you're screwed. A little loose. It is. Okay. People want to immediately go, oh, Biden's groping children. No, he is a grandfather. He's been that way all of his life. He comes from another era where people, would like, there would be a young girl, he'd put his arms on her shoulder and stuff like that. I mean, we live in this Me Too thing that gets a little bit thrown out of whack.
Well, at least the people Trump groped was grown. I mean, all women are somebody's freaking daughter.
The Biden's never groped anybody. Has there been a lawsuit? Has there been a lawsuit?
Hair smelling? Not yet.
No. And
wait till he gets out of office. I bet there's about 50.
It's like the same thing you guys have about Hillary. Oh, she's evil. Well, has Hillary
been
indicted?
Evil.
No, she's not.
She's got a body count.
Body count.
I'm sorry, I didn't say that. It wasn't me. Please. Hey, whoever's listening,
no.
I know nothing.
Hillary sat in front of the House and answered questions for 11 freaking hours. 11 freaking hours. Right?
And it's got to be a world record.
And why won't Trump do it? Why won't any of his people do it? Why won't any of them go in front and talk? Why don't they respect subpoenas in the Constitution of the United States of America?
They probably do respect subpoenas. They may not respect where they're coming from, though.
That's not fair.
And the man also has a whole team full of lawyers saying, screw them. No, you're not talking to anybody right now.
Right, which is because if you don't, I
wouldn't either if I was him.
He's got so much to hide.
No. The left has so many truths to twist.
Oh, bull. The right makes up crap all the time. Please.
So does the left.
No, not as much as the right.
No, of course not. The left is all perfect. They don't do anything wrong. You got to be kidding me. Look around. If you're happy right now.
Look what somebody wrote, Marty. Look what somebody wrote. I think Marty's a paid actor. Look right there. See it?
It's not what your mom was saying.
It's a spiritual. Nothing is what it seems. Okay, here we go. One of Trump's minions last night was raked over the coals over an email saying he told Trump that they needed to overturn the election. So explain to me, Marty. Listen, you're not alone. And let me explain something to you. It's like I have my friend, somebody forgot to pay him. Thank you, Tina. No, you're not alone here. There are people that support what you're saying. That's why I allow my show to do what it does.
At least half the country.
My girlfriend, Sloan Bella, a psychic medium. She's anti-vax, anti-every, all of that. She's not a Trumper per se at all. But I let her come on, and we're friends. I wanted to have you on because, yes, we are on opposite freaking ends of the spectrum in our opinions. But I wanted us to be able to talk to let people see that it's hard.
Okay. It's okay to have different opinions. Right. I heard someone say last week, believe it or not, on PBS, that We are at this point in our country, we have so many people who really are against us and really are the enemies of this country.
Oh,
That
yeah.
we need to
For
stop
sure.
looking at our next door neighbor as being one of them simply because they think differently than we do. I mean, look,
Right.
I lost a lot of friends over the past 10 years or so. I started losing friends about the time Obama was in
You
office.
you lost friends because you were Republican and like Trump?
Well, because I voted against Obama. Because I didn't vote against Obama. I voted for someone else. And look, it
Okay.
hurt me to vote for John McCain because I despised that man.
Why?
But
Why
he
would you
didn't
despise
scare me.
John McCain? Huh?
Well, I'm a Navy man, and
Okay.
I am a veteran,
Uh-huh.
and I know some of the things that, like, he was hoisted as this hero because he was a prisoner during the
Of
Vietnam
course.
War. No one could ever touch that. That was incredible all by
Right.
itself. But at the same time, there was a lot going on in being a senator's son, and some of the things that he did caused other people to get beatings. I mean, look, there were a lot of people that served with John McCain
Right.
that didn't like the man, and it was okay not to like him. I still voted for him. I
Right.
mean, as opposed to a Barack Obama, because I disagreed with not with him as a man, but we disagreed on the direction the country needed to take economically, defensively, in a lot of ways. And that was it. Now, because I felt that way, I got to be a racist. Had to be because the man was black, especially since I'm from Alabama.
Right.
Oh, there's no way that I could possibly find fault in things that Obama was putting forth. Like, I might add, Thomas Sowell, one of the foremost economists in this country, who happens to be a professor at Tuskegee Institute.
Mhm.
Me and Mr. Sowell are not the same color, yet we have common ground, and I agree more with what he was saying, which was diametrically opposed to what Barack Obama was trying to do economically and financially in this country.
Mhm.
It wasn't because the man was a different color than I am. And the assholes come in all different colors, as we know.
I'm
You
in
can
red
you,
today.
you can disagree with someone and not have hate towards them. Most of the hatred that I see in this country, if you go to people that voted for Donald Trump and you ask them, well, how do you feel about your neighbor who voted for Joe Biden? They're going to go, I don't give a shit. I could care less, who he voted for.
Mhm.
I see him taking care of his kids. He takes care of his yard. He's a great guy. However, he thinks I'm a piece of shit and a racist and a homophobe and all this other stuff. Uh, you know,
Okay, let me ask you a question. Another question. Still
okay.
dealing with your friend that's no longer in the White House but sits in Mar-a-Lago. I call it Scare-a-Lago. What do you think? What do you think, Marty, about January 6th when they tried to overthrow the election? They tried to overthrow the will of the American people, and they stormed the nation's capital, and police officers were killed, beaten,
Okay.
killed. Now tell
I,
me,
I
all
felt the
all
same
sent
way
by
about that.
your all sent and provoked by the man that you think is a really good president.
I felt the
What?
exact same way about what happened January the 6th as I did all of the peaceful protests that burnt down cities like Portland and Detroit. All of these cities that caught fire because people were upset with something. I felt the same about watching those people burn those businesses to the ground as I did seeing those people rush up into DC. It was absolute
You're trying to say
stupidity.
what? Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, by the way, somebody just wanted to correct you. They said McCain was not a senator's son. His father was a Navy admiral. Get your facts straight.
And blow me. All right, go ahead.
No, what? Okay, the Black Lives Matter. That was
Hmm.
very important. Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
And that
so
all got
important. You just
but that
burned the
all
damn
got
city
twisted.
down.
It all got twisted. All of a sudden,
Mhm.
the Dems are going, don't fund the police. No, that's not what it was all about. That was crazy. And that's why the president had to say that the other night. It wasn't about defunding the police. But what happened was these African-American black men and women were gunned down because of their color by cops. And then that's why there were protests. We're talking, no. You can't compare.
Oh, yeah, I can.
You can't compare that with a bunch of crazies provoked by the president of the United States.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
Going into the Capitol and killing people.
And
how many people were killed?
Burn down people's private businesses that they worked so hard to build up. Mm-hmm. And just and black businesses too. You just burn the whole place to the ground. You're just a little bit upset. You know, things got a little crazy. However, you go and you storm the White House, which, by the way, is owned by the people. You know, if you go in there to register your displeasure, and some shit gets out of hand, well, now that's just an insurrection, just plain and simple. Man, right. come on. It is two sides of the same fucking coin.
No.
Wrong is wrong. Those idiots that burned down those cities because they were a little upset and attacked elderly people and young people, and people died during those protests. There was a case up in Portland where they actually hunted a guy down for being a journalist that they considered right-wing. They hunted him down and shot him in a gas station parking lot.
You have to send me the link. I don't remember that.
Oh, I remember it well, man. That was pretty well known. Or Michael, the other journalist that they beat the shit out of in Seattle simply because he wasn't reporting it the way they thought it needed to be reported. All of that is just people just getting a little.
Do you watch Fox? So do you watch the propaganda on Fox News?
No,
why?
Not at all.
Why?
No. Well, because they're just as bad as CNN and MSNBC and ABC and CBS. They're all about the sensational headlines. They're no different, and they're only going to give you things from the right point of view. I don't need everything from the right point of view. I read from the AP and Reuters, New York Times, WAPO, Chicago, you name. I read the Daily Mail. I read it all.
Never mind. I was going to be evil. I was there. I was going to be evil. I was going to say yes, and the subtitles in Pornhub. But
yes, I do. I want to know what's being said. That's important.
No, I am the same way. Do you know what news organization I miss? Coming from a Jew, do you know what news media I miss? Because they actually would bring incredible news stories that
One America.
What's it? Huh?
One America.
Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera used to have the most incredible news, and it was great. And of course, it went out. I like Nikki. Walter Cronkite. That's the way it is. This is Walter Cronkite. Good night. Thank you. I did my Walter Cronkite impression.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. So-called Americans attacked. So-called Americans attacked the Capitol while Ukrainians die defending theirs. So, okay.
Yeah, people getting pissed off and acting stupid. Both cases.
But what do you think about Trump's friendship with Putin?
I didn't see a friendship with Putin.
He was setting this all up. One of my pundits in D.C.
Oh my God.
That Trump was setting this all up so he could get his Trump Tower in Moscow. We still think there's a P-tape out there. There is a P-tape out there with him and.
Oh my God! And you want to laugh at people on the right for their fucked up conspiracies? Are you kidding me? It was in the
dossier. It was.
Did you know where the dossier came from? Did you not hear about the people that wrote the dossier getting in so much trouble? These are discredited people. Oh my God. That was shot down long ago, man.
So
that's just it.
No,
that is exactly what is wrong with this country right now.
They never disproved the P-tape though. They've never
on both sides.
It's either side.
Well, look, he
Both
probably
sides
did
of
pee on somebody. He was grabbing him by the pussy while he did it.
And you think that person, the one you all heard the video when he was on what was it, Access Hollywood or whatever, and he was talking about grabbing women by the pussy and I mean, screwing around.
And I never let that young lady blow me under the White House desk. Come on, man. Did you forget about Bill Clinton? It's all right for Bill Clinton to just open to get his dick stuck while he's on the phone with a Russian leader. But God forbid a rich man takes advantage of stupid women.
With Billy Bush, who just got out of Access Hollywood timeout. No. Oh, people are leaving. Somebody just left. I can't stomach this guy anymore. Goodbye.
Oh, see, there we go. That's the problem right there. We on the right, we have to sit and take being made fun of by the left and never say anything about it. We're just supposed to take it and not get mad and not take it personal. However, when someone on the left hears someone on not their side, because I'm not on the right. That's the thing.
I don't understand. So what are you? You don't hang to the left. You don't hang to the right.
I'm a libertarian, I guess. I believe, like Thomas Jefferson believed when he said, "If it neither breaks my leg, nor breaks my pocket, it's none of my affair." That's what I believe. I believe you on the left, you got a right to try to tell me that gender is fluid and that there's no such thing as boys and girls. And I look, you got a right to that. You got a right to believe the earth is flat if you want to. I mean, you got a right to anything, to whatever you want. It's none of my affair. And I'm willing to put it all aside.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Why can't you guys?
You were just making an example by saying there's no boys and girls. I'm going, what?
Right, exactly.
I mean, there's a whole transgender thing, and that is real, and that happens.
Absolutely,
and
it absolutely does. All I'm saying is the chromosomes don't lie. You can call yourself whatever you want, and I don't care. But you can't force me to say that it's exactly what you believe. The whole fluidity thing. No, not you. You can do that with sex, but you can't do that with gender. Gender is gender. I mean, that's science, for fuck's sake.
Okay.
I mean, and there's no hate there. Like I said, I don't give a shit what you call. You can call yourself the Great Gazoo. I don't care.
All right. Richard says, I'm gay. I've had many more problems with the liberals for not buying into all of their beliefs than I've ever had with conservatives. And then Nikki says, how can you not take calling an entire gender stupid personality?
But I wasn't calling an entire gender. I was referring to a woman who would stand there and let Donald Trump grab her pussy under any circumstances. And if you listen to the context of what the man was saying, why he was grabbing him by the pussy, it was because they were throwing themselves at him for his money.
Well, that's
period. And anybody that thinks women don't do stupid shit for money is blind.
So do guys.
Exactly. Duh. No shit. We all do. But I'm not saying the whole gender stupid, but them bitches was.
Right. Okay. No. But I still, I we'll leave here.
You telling me that Melania ain't stupid as fuck?
Oh, she's screwing the milkman. She's doing that.
I mean, come on. She married the man. Look, I like his policies. He ain't coming to my house for a beer. All right. He's an asshole. I don't care if he's an asshole.
Right.
I know that under Donald Trump, gas didn't go above $2 a gallon over here. I know that. But for 4 fucking years.
Hold on. Don't now you're gonna push my buttons.
I know that we produced oil under Donald Trump.
Biden does not control the price.
Bullshit. Bullshit. You know how
bullshit when they eat regular.
Do you know how the price of gas comes down? Do people understand how that works? It's based on how much a barrel of oil costs.
Which is 100.
Right now, the United States is not producing or exporting oil. We are only importing oil. By the way, one of the countries we import oil from, even though we're supposed to be having sanctions on them, is Russia.
But we're not buying it.
Don't believe me.
We're not taking it from them anymore. And OPEC announced today. I read today, it was in the news,
Mhm.
that OPEC has decided not to release more oil. They're
Mhm.
making money. They're making
know
money
why?
like crazy.
You know why
making
they're
money.
doing that?
Why?
If you'll also look back, you will see where Biden has said that we've got to leave, things in the oil, in the nature of oil, up to OPEC, and they'll do what they have, what's best for us. Okay, OPEC right now, in cranking down their production, is saying, we're going to drive the price of oil even higher.
That has nothing to do with Biden.
Wait. It does. It
No.
absolutely does. During Donald Trump's administration, please don't believe me. Please look these things up for yourself.
Thank you, Brene.
During his administration, we opened up refineries and we started producing our own oil and using our own oil. All Donald Trump had to do was merely threaten that the United States was just going to start dipping into our reserves, which we ended up doing. But just the mere mention of that caused the OPEC nations to go, oh shit, the United States ain't going to need our oil after all.
We've always dipped into the
That
reserve.
caused the price of oil to go down, thus making the price of a gallon of gas less than it was under 8 years of Barack Obama.
Yes, it did, Nikki. Same
It
thing
went
happened during the Carter
down almost overnight. And
Right.
it was nothing to do with anything that the former administration had done. It was strictly at Donald Trump's behest as president.
Well, also the reason why the gas went down as well is because, and this is truth, trying to say, oh yeah, Trump brought the price of gas down. No, we had a fucking pandemic. People weren't driving, they weren't going anywhere, they weren't
Only
flying.
in the last year.
No. And
Yep.
what happened was, as soon as people were able to drive again, I was sitting here in Vegas where people drive here all the time. As soon as they lift a little bit of the mask mandates, as soon as they were saying people could travel, gas shot up. I watched it. Gas shot up. And what's happening now, hold on, what's happening now, which is not under Biden's control, is the fact that OPEC is screwing us with sandpaper, condom, and no lube. Why?
And it's Biden's
Because
fault.
they see what's happening with Russia. They know we don't have the oil. Like
We do have the oil.
Yeah, right. If we go into the natural wetlands and screw up our
We
country.
have enough oil in this country to last us another 200 or 300 years.
Where?
Oh, dear God. Alaska is eat up with it. California's got it. Texas has got it. For fuck's sake, we've got oil.
Texas is
all in
drying
this
up.
country.
Texas is drying up.
Oh,
I guess my argument is
How is it drying up if we're not pumping it? We're not pumping.
The oil wells are going dry in Texas. I know people in the oil industry.
As do I.
And the same way
Texas
with
is
California.
not going dry.
If you fly into Los Angeles and you drive up La Cienega, you will see the oil derricks. They're barely going. There's not the oil that there was.
Yeah.
And my point is, gas went down not because of that orange idiot and Scarlongo.
Absolutely because of the orange idiot.
No, it was because nobody was going anywhere. There was a surplus of gas. There was so much gas.
There was not a pandemic for 3 years of Trump's presidency. For 3 years, there was no pandemic. This thing started in 2020. And matter of fact, after Trump's already out of office, 2020 is when everything got started. February, March.
No, Marty. 500,000 Americans died while that idiot was sitting in the White House and saying, oh, it's not really nothing. It's the Chinese flu. It's the Kung flu. I'm sorry. That freaking moron.
You think about what we knew about this thing.
It's all, you know what? Maybe in our lifetime we'll get the truth about what has happened.
We will.
And Dr.
And Robert Fauci will go to prison.
Oh, he will not. Dr. Fauci.
I hope he does. I hope he does. I certainly hope so. He would deserve it.
You need to get Tina to light you another joint.
You're telling me, sister. You're bad for my blood pressure. You know that?
Am I bad for your blood pressure?
You're bad for my blood pressure. Look at me. I'm all verklempt over here.
Okay.
I'm spritzing.
Somebody just asked Marty, does he still believe bleach is a cure?
Oh, dear God.
Hey, Renee, don't leave. I need you here. Oh, no. Okay, let's see. No wars, no inflation. The numbers are as fake as Biden's intelligent. Oh, God. What did you get all these people to come in today?
I don't know that they are, but
uh-oh, look at that. See? Your audio just kind of went out.
I even love the ones that are getting mad.
His audio. What's that? So what's happening is the great Lord God Almighty is screwing with your microphone. Meroll. You sound like this is you.
I gotta stop moving around so much. Is that better?
You sound like one of those cancer patients. I got this crazy old Jew woman is giving me a run for my money. What, Meroll? I can't help it.
You're giving me the runs all right. I'll give you that.
Oh, God. Here we go. Okay, Alan, let's see, where is he? Alan Malloy. Yes, Esther, wait till the vaccine truth comes out. Alan's another one of my old friends from way back, but he's a Republican. Let's see, Nikki, beat the oxygen tank. Say something. Okay, there we go.
Now, I have a question for you.
What?
You're out there on the left coast. You're surrounded by idiots.
Mm-hmm.
What is all this stuff with Joe Rogan? I mean, look, you're in the comedy kingdom itself.
Well, Joe Rogan he has a $100 million deal with Spotify.
Yeah.
And he used to be on my side. But then he found
He still is. He
No,
still
he's
is.
No, he's
yes,
not.
He is. Yes, he is. That's what's so funny. He actually believes in universal income.
Joe Rogan is an idiot, as a total idiot. And he was out promoting the bleach and all that crazy stuff.
They have villainized that poor bastard to the point that he can't even stick his head up anymore.
Who's that?
Poor Joe Rogan.
Okay. It's very difficult to hear you, Meroll, because your sound has gone very bad. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Hey, Sparky. No, I'm a father who also lives in. I was born here, second generation. My daughter. Oh, thanks, Sparky Tuttle. Yeah, for those tuning in, just to let everybody know, because there's people, they fly in, they fly out. This is my friend Marty Rollins, who is a complete opposite with me in our political beliefs. He's not a Republican. He's a libertarian. He loves Trump and his pot. But the thing is that
my pot, not Trump's pot.
You almost came back for a second there. Your voice almost came back. And hold on, Renee. Come on, Renee. Renee just put something on. Trump only thinks of his pocket and control. Putin lover. Today's Republicans are not that of what I grew up with. Trump divided us all. Now, y'all ready for something? Hold on. Let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
Here's something that you won't even believe about me. I used to be a Republican.
I used to be a Democrat.
I used to be a Republican. People go, what? I said, I was a Republican in my business life and a Democrat in my social life. And they asked me, why did you stop becoming a Republican? I said, the day they picked up the Bible and tried to shove it up all of America's asses and come up with this whole Christianity greater than thou, praise the Lord Jesus, and decided that they didn't have religious freedom, which is what our country was founded on, religious freedom. So you can worship any way you want. You can worship
any way you want.
Any way you want. But you can't tell that to these Republican folks who think that we're trying to stop Christianity. No, half these idiots that are screaming that don't have a single Christian value whatsoever.
You're preaching now.
They're so full of hate. And
yeah, I'll give you that. Yep.
When it was Jerry Falwell who started all the craziness, and then followed by Pat Robertson, who ran for freaking president, and then all of a sudden, religion became this thing with the Republican Party, and it was like a cancer, and the cancer spread. So all of a sudden, we had the Tea Party. Then the Tea Party, you had Sarah Palin. Hi, this is I can see
Love Sarah
from my
Palin.
front yard. And I'm sure you would. And that's
He was
Sarah.
hot.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Sarah Palin. I can see Russia from my front yard.
You
Joe
can't see Russia from Alaska.
Well, from her front yard. Anyways, let's see. Joe Rogan was dispensing misinformation. How come he took down almost 200 episodes?
Ooh,
Why?
misinformation. Ooh, that is such a, oh gosh, misinformation.
Hey,
That's,
Master
oh my
Black.
God.
Right?
Look, that word has been put into the lexicon, and I don't think half these people know what it means or where the fucking word even comes from. But
Okay.
no, he was not promoting misinformation. He
Yeah.
had people from both sides, from both schools of thought on this whole COVID-19 thing. He had both on. They got mad because he had
Oh,
one
the
guy
N-word.
on.
He had the N-word in his episodes, is what Nikki was
Oh
saying.
no, a white guy dropped an N-bomb. Oh my God, over the past decade. Oh no, what a surprise.
Hold on, Master Black. Master Black has checked in from YouTube. Hey, Master Black, he says, I'm no American, but seriously, when people want you to worship their stuff, this is super crazy. That is the point.
I agree.
Religion is the
You're not
reason.
going to get disagreement from me. Religion is a personal thing.
It
I'm
is.
not shoving mine down your throat. Don't want you shoving yours down my throat. You can worship a coffee table. I don't care.
Right. And I would say 99% of all the wars in this world are why? Religion.
Over religion.
All over
Wow.
religion. Now
Yeah.
I know I'm trying to figure out what Putin's doing, because that's
Look, I've told people leading up to all of this, Putin actually did have some valid points. I mean, I want you to think back to, and wait, you'll see. In the early 60s, remember something called the Cuban Missile Crisis?
right.
You remember what that was about?
Yeah, they were trying to. It was all about moving nuclear warheads into Cuba, so it would be closer to shoot here in America.
Exactly. Now, Putin sees the United States putting up all these damn missile defense systems up and around and more or less surrounding them. Now, on our side, of course, that looks like just good strategic defense. We're putting that up for our allies. Seems like a great idea. Absolutely no different than the Cuban Missile Crisis, though. In that aspect, Putin had a point. Now, he is dead wrong for invading the poor Ukrainians. Come on. It's simply about getting the Russian oil. Ukraine's got access to the ocean that Russia doesn't have. And Putin's been trying to get that access all along. That's why he invaded Crimea and all that other stuff.
Well, and that was I'm sorry to say this, but that was Obama's mistake. He should have put his foot down when he went after Crimea, and he did not.
Absolutely. You are absolutely right.
That was a crack right then. And then, of course, little buddy, the orange idiot in Mar-a-Lago, came along, and Putin's puppet, and
not
said,
one single invasion during Trump's administration. Just
of course not.
They
didn't want to do invasions. You know why? Because Trump was in Putin's pocket.
And oh yeah.
No. They weren't expecting Trump to lose. They weren't expecting Trump to lose.
No, they weren't. And
he was planning
Nobody was.
Yeah, we were. Because there's more of us that were against Trump in this country than there were.
Yeah, Joe Biden got 81 million votes.
And Trump got how many?
79 something.
Right.
It was close.
You know what's so funny? There's like 100 million people in the United States that didn't vote.
Yeah.
Now, but what I'm trying to say to you is Putin, Trump, it was like, you'll see, it's going to come out in history.
Oh, I can't wait.
Trump wanted to get rid of NATO. Trump wanted to just basically what was going to happen. If Trump listen to me, let me finish. If Trump had gotten elected again, Putin would have easily been able to have zipped right into Ukraine. Because why? Trump was actually trying to extort the president, Zelensky. So he wanted Zelensky to lie for him. And he said, no, I'm not going to lie. And
no, Zelensky didn't say I'm not going to lie. He just said I'm not going to play ball. Period. He didn't say he wasn't going to lie.
Marty, it's the same damn thing.
He's even owned up to everything that Trump was trying to get him to at some point. I mean, that's been proven too. I mean,
right, but He thought if Trump had been elected again, it would have been much easier for him just to slide right on into Ukraine.
No,
And
disagree.
so
Disagree.
when Trump lost the election legally, I still don't understand how these people. I mean, it has been checked and rechecked. Even people like in Arizona who are Republican Party people go, he lost the election.
That's not the people I saw. There's a whole shit ton of them.
Because you're trying
got
to
a
tell me you don't
whole
watch
shit ton of
Fox
proof
News,
too.
and I know you secretly have
It
a Fox
just
News.
depends on who you're listening to. That's it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know at this moment. I really don't. I know that we hadn't really been allowed to dig into it. I know they've shut that down at every turn. So I mean, we'll never know. We'll never know.
Well, they're finding out with what was filed yesterday with the House committee. They filed it with the courts. That this whole thing with Trump trying to overturn the election with his lawyer, it's real. It happened.
Well, that hasn't been proven in any court that I know of. I know a committee made up entirely of Democrats has come to that conclusion.
No.
I mean,
January 6th, people stop it. The January 6th Commission is not a court. It is
no, it's not.
It's not a court, and people keep thinking that's what it is. No, Merrick Garland is just sitting back watching what's happening. But they got to put the facts. They got to cross the T's. They got to dot the I's. But
they're going to have to prove it in a court of law.
And they will, just like what they're doing right now on the DOJ with these crazies that tried to take over the Capitol.
Now, I hope every one of them, get punished for that. You get no argument from me on that. All I was saying was that there wasn't any difference to me in what they did and then burning down an entire city. I mean, These people, going up and trying to burn down a courthouse and trying to burn down a police station. That's pretty much insurrectionist activity.
It's okay to go into the Capitol and
it doesn't matter where they do it. Insurrection is insurrection. That's exactly what it was. Both cases.
There's a difference between an insurrection with our country and trying to overturn democracy, the will of the people, and our Constitution.
When you got multiple cities burning all over this country and half of it's on fire, sounds like taking over a country to me.
Well, it all started because of racist people, white people
on both sides. Darn tootin'. Darn tootin'. Both sides of them eat up racist.
Marty, this has been
absolutely
fun. This has been fun. Were you going to come back on again?
It's been about as much fun as this last herpes canker I had.
Well, I had a hemorrhoid operation and thought of you just recently. So. Marty, everybody give it up for Marty Rollins for having the balls enough to come on and talk about it.
Thank you for the abuse.
Nah, we didn't have abuse. I thought we did
pretty
good.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the people that was typing in there abusing. I appreciate it.
Anyway, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Angela, thanks for the tip. You're a doll, baby. Once again, my dear friend, Marty Rollins, I love him to death. Oh, shit, I just did it again. I always do that with the music. Anyway, Marty, have a good one. Give a hug to Tita. Slap your brother upside the head because I think, hey, there she is. Slap your brother upside the head because I'm sure he deserves it. Ladies and gentlemen, two people on opposite sides of the political spectrum able to have a conversation. It gets heated, but we didn't yell. We didn't call each other names.
And we still love each other.
But it's okay. Don't open up any letters coming from me this week. Just kidding. Thank you, darling. I will talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.